All right, fig lovers, we got another variety here to review. This one's called Sefrawi, and I'm really excited for this one. I've been really trying to evaluate this fig, especially because you can see I just came out of the forest there, here on the west side of the property. It's one of the trees that's very hardy, that survives the wintertime, seemingly with no issues. We have had a couple mild winters though, so I don't want to just say that it's really, really hardy just yet, but definitely, definitely a hardier choice. And so for that reason, I want to learn as much as I can about it, because, you know, it's going to be a fig here in my yard in this spot for probably a long time. We don't have a ton of fruits on this, and I haven't really had a ton of fruits to actually even evaluate. Oh, we actually have one right here that's even more ripe. I wish I would have picked this one instead of the one I showed you guys. And so, yeah, like I said, if I'm going to be selling cuttings of this and trees of this, I want to have as much data as I can to, you know, to have a better product and to give you guys more information. I've also just been very interested in it myself, like I said, for the reasons I just stated. Anyway, here is the outside. They're nicely shaped and smaller than I would have thought. The Brebas are long neck, bigger figs. This is more of a small, medium size. You can see there's honey there at the eye. The eye is mostly closed. They are, I think they have a longer hang time to them. And to me, they do remind me of, you know, like the white Trianas that I have, unknown Midicas. Brooklyn White is another one, Atriano. There's so many of them that are similar to this, but also just slightly different. And what I do find across the board is that they have different flavors and textures. They typically all taste similar, but I do find that white Triana, as an example, really has a nice jelly-like texture. That's different, a different texture than most figs. There's only like long to oot over here that I have behind me that kind of compares texture-wise. There's also a new one I have called Sweet Mashinka Unknown, and that one has a great texture too. But the white Triana seems to have more of the berry flavor, I find, than the rest of them. I would actually really be interested to try Atriano. I don't know if I ever gave that fig enough of a shot. I'd be curious to see how that one turns out. I really want to try Cucarella as well, which I think is in a similar category as the figs we're talking about right now. There's also Latarola, Lyndhurst White, and the list goes on and on and on. But I would like to try both of those. And if I can find one that has a shorter hang time, that to me is going to be probably the best one. I do have said in the past that I like white Triana more because of the berry flavor, and I still stand by that. But looking at this fig here is pretty nice. I like the shape on this. This is more teardrop, pyriform. White Triana is, you know, bigger. Even Atriano can get a little too big, and then you have problems with splitting. You know, problems in rain, and they're on the tree for just too damn long, and that, you know, creates too many problems. You know, that shorter hang time leads to a higher quality fig more consistently, and it's like a guarantee in a humid place. This looks real nice. I mean, this has got a super nice red interior. This one here seems less ripe, but has honey at the eye that's solidified. Also somewhat red in here. Yeah, you can tell this one here with the honey at the eye is definitely not as ripe, but these are good specimens. These are definitely good fruits here to show you guys and evaluate in this video. Really happy about that. There it is. They look real good, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's quite nice. Now, is this probably gonna be the best tasting fig I've ever had? No, Probably not. I mean, but I think this, you know, it's got a lot of potential for something that's hardy, for something that is, you know, produces a Breba. Actually, this year it produced a Breba out of all my in-ground trees. I think this was the only one. I've heard from my friend Bass, who found this fig somewhere in the Middle East. I'm not really sure where he got it. Maybe it's Lebanese. I don't know, but he, you know, has always said that this fig has a good ability to fruit even from total dieback, which is really special if that's the case. I haven't been able to reproduce that same result because we don't have enough sunlight here in this yard to really do that. But hey, it's hardy, and that's all that really matters to me. Yeah, it's so far though not very productive. I think we just have to open it up. That's the one thing I haven't done really well with this tree, is the form is not great. And so next year I think will be the year we'll probably get close to 100, maybe 200 fruits if I'm lucky. So yeah, let's try it. Oh, that's real good. That's actually very good. Really nice sugar content, and there's a nice berry flavor. I wouldn't even really place it anywhere close to a white Triana, actually. It's a very different fruit. I would rather have both of them than let's say, neither of them. I think they're different enough to where it doesn't make sense to really even compare them. I think if they're underripe, let's try this underripe one. See, that one's cutting it close, and maybe you could say they're similar, but once they dry up on the tree like this, it's very different experience. They need to be ripe, but that's the problem with these figs, guys. They have a long hang time, and yeah. Still, even the underripe one isn't exactly like a white Triana or the other figs I mentioned in that classification. It's more like a honey fig, actually. It tastes to me more like a honey fig. Like, it really does taste like a Dotado that has a red pulp. And, but when it gets this red pulp and it's more ripe like this, it has a nice berry flavor to it. Incredibly jammy. I love the skin at this time of the year. They're more chewy. The skin's almost on the level of actually an LSU Tiger. I know I'm kind of really hyping this variety up, but those figs were really good. And yeah, to me, it's just like another nice hardy fig. Question is it going to split? Is it going to maintain that shape? Is it next year going to be, you know, as productive as I think it's going to be? I would have no reason to doubt that, but the other things I have doubts. I need to know more data, more information. To me, though, I think this fig is definitely one of the better figs I've got. It's definitely in that category of something hardy. It's going to produce for you, and it will do well probably in a, well, I don't want to say it'll do well in a humid climate yet, but that's pretty good. That shape, you know, I haven't really seen any of the figs split, and they haven't seemed to be huge either, which is a good sign. Unlike white Triana, that can get too big, but you know, that kind of changes with time, and there's a whole other thing. I could do a whole video on that. But yeah, guys, that was the Sefrawi fig. I don't even know if I mentioned the name in the beginning of the video. Hopefully I did. But Sefrawi is the name. It's from my friend Bass. Thank you to Bass for finding this thing. I'm glad I picked it up. No one really cares about it. No one talks about it. And here it is. It's actually pretty darn nice. Let me show you the tree really quickly I've got. I know I sold a lot of cuttings. I even have an extra tree of this somewhere that maybe I could plant. We got some cuttings down there at the base maybe I could take. I don't want to trim this actually too much, so I probably won't be spreading this around too much, but yeah, I think cuttings wise, we may not have a ton of material, but maybe I'll have some trees next year for you guys. Anyway, thanks for watching this one. See you guys for the next video. Hit the subscribe button for me, and check out some of the other videos we've done now, the tasting reviews we've done on the blog. See you guys for the next video. Take care.